Welcome to China in Focus. I'm Tiffany Meyer. With the war in Ukraine entering the fourth week, a decades-long issue has risen to the front line. It has to do with biolabs in Ukraine. We covered the story Friday, but some viewers asked for more information about the labs and China's stance. Here's an overview. Russia has accused the United States of having funded labs in Ukraine, specifically facilities that are developing biological warfare weapons. And it claims that Ukraine has already destroyed evidence of the collaboration.
We are confirming the facts that were unveiled during the special military operation in Ukraine that indicate an emergency cleanup of military biological programs by the Kyiv regime. They were carried out by Kyiv and financed by the United States of America.
The U.S. and Ukraine have repeatedly denied the accusation, but a U.S. official did confirm that the U.S. is offering support to certain biolabs in Ukraine. What he didn't confirm is that those labs make bioweapons. Undersecretary of State Victoria Nuland testified before the Senate Foreign Relations Committee on Tuesday. There, she was asked, does Ukraine have chemical or biological weapons? Nuland responded.
Ukraine has biological research facilities, which, in fact, we are now quite concerned Russian forces may be seeking to gain control of. So we are working with the Ukrainians on how they can prevent any of those research materials from falling into the hands of Russian forces should they approach.
But why are people so interested in Ukrainian biolabs in the first place? After the Soviet Union collapsed in the early 90s, the Cold War came to an end. The Russians asked Western countries for help in destroying weapons of mass destruction and related infrastructure, including those in Ukraine. Information about the Biological Threat Reduction Program can still be viewed on the official website for the U.S. Embassy in Ukraine. The site says U.S. funding for some Ukrainian biolabs falls under this program. It notes the money is used for research and equipment, which is managed locally and without U.S. involvement. So because Ukraine did have weapons of mass destruction in the past, isn't it possible the country didn't destroy them all? A Pentagon official says it is possible that not all pathogen strains were destroyed, but that the infrastructure needed to produce bioweapons is no longer there. Robert Pope is the head of U.S. Defense Department's Cooperative Threat Reduction Agency. It was created 3 decades ago to destroy the weapons of mass destruction stored by the former Soviet Union. Ukraine is a former Soviet republic. Pope said some labs may still hold pathogen strains left over from the Soviet bioweapons program, preserved in freezers for research purposes. And added that scientists, being scientists, it wouldn't surprise him if some of these strain collections in some of these laboratories still have pathogen strains that go all the way back to the origins of that program. But he also made an important distinction, that there's no place that still has any of the sort of infrastructure for researching or producing biological weapons. Now that we've heard from the source, what do third parties have to say? So far, the World Health Organization, or WHO, said it advised Ukraine to destroy pathogens in the country's public health laboratories. According to a report, that's to prevent any potential spills. The WHO did not disclose when it made the recommendations, nor did it share what pathogens are inside the labs. Reuters reported that the organization also opted not to answer questions about whether the pathogens were destroyed. Given China's involvement and proximity to the Russia-Ukraine situation, what's Beijing's stance on Moscow's accusation? Beijing has accused the U.S. of using these facilities in Ukraine to conduct biomilitary plans. The Chinese Communist regime also used part of Russia's claim to support Beijing's narrative on the origin of COVID-19. That is, that the virus is from the U.S. Last Thursday, Chinese state media outlet Global Times echoed a Russian claim that the U.S. researched bat-based coronaviruses in a Ukrainian lab. It also described the global belief that COVID-19 escaped from Wuhan's Institute of Virology as a, quote, conspiracy theory.